here we are. T. Schmalberg playing the conservative. Schneier Feldman from Chicago
Playing the liberal.
playing the liberal.
Woo!
Now, do you think that the 1% pay their fair share?
No.
Do you think that, 25% of their income sounds good?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know that they actually pay up to 39% of their income?
Do you know that?
And that's before the state level. Including the state level, it's almost 50%.
Do you know that Warren Buffett said that he pays less taxes in percentage than his secretary?
First of all, I have to confirm that he said that.
First of all, no.
Second of all,
No.
even
One
if-
thing you're gonna learn, one thing that you have to trust on this channel, that I'm telling you legitimate things. I'm not making things up.
Second of
Everything
all,
I'm telling you is, don't say, okay, well, I have to confirm that. Because then I also have to confirm, like, every other thing you just said.
second of all,
Okay.
Warren Buffett is a liberal. So he wants to say these things.
Okay, that's
He said
another
that
completely
could be true.
unintelligent.
He said that could be true. Now, whether he actually pays that is a different story. But I'll profess a
Are
little
you
bit about
calling Warren
taxes.
Buffett a liar?
In a lot of areas, he could be lying.
So, then
But
I'm
I'll
calling
start
Ted
off.
Cruz a liar. I'm
I'll
calling
start
all the
off
conservatives liars.
with
You can't
why.
call people liars. They're
I'll
like
start
5 years
off
old.
with why he
This is
pays
like the dumbest-
less taxes. There's something called a business expense, where you write off a loss for the gain, which means that you are not paying taxes because you are carrying forward a loss from previous years. So you had a loss. Let's say you did construction in a $100 million train that you were building.
Can I ask you a question?
Which carries
Does
a
it
loss.
sound fair that the richest person in the world, or second richest person in the world, pays less taxes than someone that probably makes $12 an hour pays, percentage-wise? Tell me,
Someone
does
who
that sound like a...
First of all, that's
You-
not true, because someone who makes $12 an hour virtually does not pay any taxes.
Okay, maybe she makes $18 an hour. What's the big deal? Okay, does that sound like stupid, or does it sound stupid?
Well, if
We
he's
should not be
paying, if
having-
he's paying over 1,000 times more money than her,
We have
if
the...
he's paying, if
Let's
she
just
only
say
pays in
something.
taxes,
We have the wealthiest
Hold on.
country in the entire world.
let me answer the
And we
question.
have the biggest rate, highest rate of child poverty.
Child poverty.
It means children are growing up without their parents being able to afford stuff for
Well,
children.
let's answer first.
No,
things
you're
first.
not answering any of my questions.
If Warren Buffett pays over
Don't start giving me a tax thing.
$100 million in taxes,
Oh my gosh.
he must probably pays more. But if he pays over $100 million in taxes, and that's
Okay.
only 10%, and his secretary pays $2,000, and that's 20%, yes, I think that is fine.
That's stupid.
Why is that stupid when he's paying over $100
That
million?
doesn't make
in
a difference what
taxes?
the number is. It makes a percentage. The percentage shouldn't be lower. And so it should be the other way around. The secretary should be paying a less percentage than the guy worth $50 billion, or however much he's
Isn't the
worth.
point of taxes to collect revenue?
Who cares what the point is?
The point of taxes is not to tax
I don't
people
need a
according
lecture
to
on
percentage.
taxes.
The point of
That's common
taxes
sense
is
right
to
there.
collect
See, this
money
is the problem
for
over
the
here.
government.
You're not talking
correct
common
or
sense.
incorrect? It's the point of taxes to collect money for the government.
And
So
connections.
someone who's paying much more money than you doesn't have to pay 20 or 40% of his
why
income.
not?
Because we live under the premise that you could keep what you earn.
And so why is the secretary paying so much higher than Warren Buffett?
Because she's making a lot less money.
And
So
why?
she's paying way less taxes.
Doesn't make a difference.
Why not?
That's a stupid argument.
Why?
That's a very stupid argument.
You're just saying it's
Just
stupid. You're
because-
not saying why.
Just because Warren Buffett pays such a big amount of money, he brings in such a big amount of money also. He may make $1 billion in a year. Does that mean he only has to pay $10 million in taxes? No.
I
he has
actually
to
said
pay.
100 million.
He has to pay his fair share on that $1 billion.
What is considered his fair share?
Whatever it is. It shouldn't be less than a secretary who's struggling at home to feed.
First of all, his
put
secretary
food on the table.
is not struggling
No,
at
you
all
don't know who her secretary is.
to
No,
put,
no,
to
no,
put
no.
food on the
You
table.
don't know who her secretary is. That was a comment completely. You had no idea what you just said.
First of all, on what part of his income does he pay less? Let's start off. because I highly doubt on his personal income he pays less. On certain parts, for example, capital gains, you pay less. And that has nothing to do with Warren
You're
Buffett.
going into outer space over here.
No, because you don't
The
understand
point
the tax
is,
system.
Warren Buffett made this...
Stop. Let me explain. The
point
tax
is-
system,
don't
there
give
is the
me a whole
corporate tax,
rundown.
there is the corporate tax, capital gain, and personal income tax.
Do you think
his
Warren
personal
Buffett's
income tax?
secretary-
Stop. His
You think
personal.
Warren Buffett's
You're not
secretary
letting me answer.
runs a 50,
Stop.
$100 billion company? Obviously she doesn't, so there'll be different taxes. Obviously he was talking about the tax that also she pays. So
What?
don't say
That also she pays.
she doesn't pay tax on a giant corporation.
I actually think he was talking about his
Yeah, he was
corporate
talking about
tax,
his corporation.
which is 15%.
Yeah, because his secretary
versus his
also
per-
has a huge corporation. No.
Well, usually liberals make misleading statements.
Yeah, that's a very unintelligent
And I'm going to look it up right now on Google what he was talking about to see if I'm actually right.
No, you're probably wrong.
So let's look it up.
All right, let's do that.
Okay, stand up for a second. We need to find the phone.
Uh,
Oh, it's right here. Okay, we're going to look this up on Google right
I'm
now.
just going to continue reading.
We're going to be looking it up right now. Warren Buffett pays a less tax percentage than his secretary. Buffett said he's paying a lower tax rate than his secretary.
See, so far I'm right.
Let's read what it says.
CNN, reliable news source.
CNN is actually not
Yeah,
reliable
well,
at
Fox News is reliable.
all right. Let's start off from the beginning. Warren Buffett says despite a higher tax bill this year than in 2012, he'll likely still pay a lower rate than his secretary.
Wow, that doesn't
Likely.
make sense.
That
Don't
means
tell me likely. That's
Now-
what the article says.
in 2013, capital gains will be taxed 20. Capital gains.
Okay.
Whoa! I was right. Not his personal income tax, which is over 39%.
You're right.
Bam!
He's paying.
Bam!
What's-
Capital gains. Not his
For
personal
sure.
thing. That has nothing to do with Warren Buffett. That is anybody who makes capital gains pays that percentage.
Doesn't make a difference. He still says he's paying less percentage than his secretary, who's
But
struggling to put
capital
food on the
gains
table.
have
That's the
different
problem.
tax laws. If his
Republicans are so
secretary-
greedy. Look at
if
this
his
guy.
secretary
This guy's
would
have
have
the
capital
wealthiest
gains-
person in the world, and he's still complaining that the guy's not making enough money. You're talking about the most greedy people on earth here. Conservatives are so greedy, it's crazy. This guy's complaining that he pays too much taxes, and his
You see,
secretary pays less
I
than him.
read like 2 lines from the article, and when he realizes
Who
that he
cares
was
whether
wrong,
it's capital gains?
he was just saying that he's obviously talking about the same tax thing as his secretary if he mentioned it, without even bothering to look up the article, which says that he was talking about something totally else. That
No,
shows
it
you
wasn't.
that. Read right here. In 2013,
It doesn't make a difference. For those earning more than $400,000 will be taxed.
don't skip the
at
first
20
2 lines.
I said,
no.
for those earning more than $400,000.
Cat, you're skipping
I
those
said in
2 words.
2013, capital gains for those earning. First of all, you only read the first line of the whole thing.
Yeah, read. No, I haven't. I read
Yes,
more.
you did. You read it like 2 or 3 lines.
I'll continue
So
reading.
before you go crazy, why don't you read more than 2 or 3 lines?
Continue reading.
Does that sound like a good idea?
No, continue reading.
It doesn't. Up from and a high income household also will pay
You're
an
not
additional
reading.
3.8% in Medicare taxes on their investment income. For the first time, a top marginal tax rate also rose for the wealthiest wage earners. But since Buffett's income is from investment gains, not wages, that's not a factor. Thank you. This guy thought that he all of a sudden got me, and he didn't even read half the article.
actually
He read
did.
like 3.
Investments only pay
It just
20%.
says it's not a factor. So forget about your capital gains baloney. It's not a factor. If you
It
would
said
have read
that Medicaid is
more
not
than
a
3,
You actually didn't bother reading it. It said that Medicaid, which is 3.8%.
no, it says Buffett's income is from investment
look,
gains, not wages, so that's not a
Medicaid,
factor.
which is 3.8%,
But
is not a
part of the
factor.
problem is that his secretary's tax bill also went up since partial payroll tax holiday ended, thanks to the conservatives, raising what she pays for Social Security by 2 percentage points. Thank you. Buffett said of his own tax rate in an appearance on CNBC, the differential between me and the rest of his office, not just my secretary, but the rest of the office, was greater than that. It'll be closer, but I'll probably be
Well,
the
what
lowest.
he's not bothering to tell you.
Warren Buffett, quote, I'll probably be the lowest paying taxpayer in the office.
Well, what he's not
End
saying
quote.
is because he doesn't know anything of the tax
right. Yeah,
code, which I actually
Warren-
learned the
basically
whole
he's saying
book.
Buffett's an idiot.
What he
Okay,
is
he's only worth $50 billion.
that Warren Buffett is paying less because he's making all his money from capital gains, which is by Congress taxed at a lower rate than wages, which is taxed progressively based on how much you make. Capital gains isn't. There's
As
a
if the rise
flat
in the
rate.
capital gains rate and the top marginal tax rate that took effect this year were pointless, since he's still paying less than his secretary, he responded. It was better than no change, but still nothing else.
Basically, he doesn't know what
Warren
he's talking
Buffett,
about.
Oh yeah, okay, he's just called Warren Buffett an idiot.
No,
okay,
because-
see, you're talking about people.
No, Schneer, do you know about capital gains? Yes or no?
I don't care. I'm reading the article. This article is meant for any human being. to be
The
able to
article said
understand.
capital gains like 3 times.
So what is Warren Buffett saying when he's saying
He's
paying
saying
less?
since I make
No,
all my
he's not
money
saying
from
that.
capital
He's saying
gains, I
percentage.
pay less percentage than she. That makes it from wages.
No, he's saying
Yes.
No. He's
Then
saying
you're not reading the article.
yes, I am. You
It says, look.
First of all, you can
Let
even
me
read
point
any
it
of the
out
article.
to you.
Okay, I'm not talking.
No.
I'm reading. This
No.
is stupid.
Okay, it says I make
Okay, I
capital
don't wanna talk
gains,
about this. I
but
don't
she
wanna talk
makes
about
it
this.
from wages. Schneer, you're supposed to concede defeat.